Hey guys, and welcome once again back here to my podcast. It is myself, Josie Witt. Josie says, pues, está cabrón. And as you guys can tell by the title of this episode, it is a very, very pues, está cabrón situation. I, like many of you guys, watch this documentary that Netflix has. It's about this precious little boy named Gabriel Fernandez, who everybody and their mamas failed. I took a lot of notes because I didn't want to miss a thing, guys. It is, I believe, a 6-episode documentary. Horrible documentary. You'll see, if you are strong enough to see this, you'll see that they had they have pictures of him. So disclaimer, guys, if you guys are willing now to see it after I give you guys some short little notes, then viewer, like, literally beware, because it is horrendous what they did to this precious little boy who had no one on his side, like nobody on his side. Important people of this case will be the DA who prosecuted the he-devil. His name is Jonathan Hatami. Don't quote me on how you say that. And then Scott Yang. And a quick overview of how this came to light. This case was that a LAX reporter was going through the homicides in LA, happened to see Gabriel's age. And of course, when you see somebody die that young, you want to know why, what happened. He figured out, or he investigated and found out that he died while being under the watch of DCF. DCF stands for the Department of Children and Family Services. So that, of course, prompted a lot of questions, a lot of investigation. They did their investigation, got good sources, and a source to reveal that yes, that is true. They didn't do their job, these people, these social workers. And then the attorney at the time, or I don't know if she's still district attorney, Jackie Lacey, was the one who decided they were going to be tried for death penalty. Not only that, she was going to also come and try the social workers that failed Gabriel Fernandez. Praise be to God, she did that. If you guys watch the documentary, you guys know what happened. They don't. The cases got dropped by technicality, even after they were like, yeah, this needs to go to a jury. So the DA, Jonathan, tells you a little bit about his story. He too comes from an abusive parent. His dad was a very, very angry person, anger issues. Red flag for anybody listening to this and knows that you guys have anger issues. It does make an impact on kids, because he is grown-ass woman married with 2 beautiful kids, and he's brought to tears, recalling how there was an incident where the cops came and that he was taken away. And so the judge is asking him, who do you want to live with? And he felt so little in such a big court, and like, why are you guys asking me this, right? Because when you ask a child, it's like, you're going to have to betray one of your parents, your dad or your mom, pick now. And so he said that that's the reason why this case, compelled to him a lot. So everything's good. Like I said, they're going to give you a rundown of how it happened. The stupid response that the he-devil said, according to him, he was mad because Gabriel was telling his mom, you need to leave him. You need to leave him. And this retarded man thinking, oh, what? He stepped up to a 7-year-old. Come on now. How demented are you? Oh my God. Not going to get mad. Not going to get mad. So then you'll see a lot of the stuff. By the time you get to the 2nd episode, that's when it really gets really bad, because now they're going to show you his little cabinet, where he's at, where he stood, where he slept, blindfolded, gagged, and handcuffs around his feet. So because of that, you're going to see pictures, and the pictures are very hard to, I'm thinking about it right now, and I need to compose myself, because I'm not going to be that girl that cries. It was horrible, guys. There's a picture where he has, his neck looks like, como, did they burn him? He looked like if he was part of the military and the car they were in exploded. That's how he looked. He looked horrible. They found BB pellets on him, guys. BB pellets. His hands are swollen, and there's not a finger that wasn't injured. And it was horrible. It was horrible to look. But like I said, that's episode 2. So if you guys want to skip that and not see those horrific pictures, I believe it's episode 2. Don't quote me on it, but it was very, very horrible. It's a lot after that is just explaining both sides of the story. They're trying to defend the social workers on why they shouldn't be prosecuted, and then they're going to tell you how retarded the she-devil is. The she-devil was a clinical psychologist, got a hold of her and said that she had developmental disability. She used drugs at a young age. She was an 8th grade dropout, and she had very, very limited capacity for anything intelligent. So me and her can never be friends. Because first of all, I can't stand stupid people. And now you're like, you're going to sit there and tell me, but in her mind, she's got it. There's a scene where they're showing her in jail. And she's like, Fernandez won. And all I could think about it is how my mom used to speak so bad to us because we were scream or something like, oh, you parecen madres cholas. And now I get it because she sounded retarded, guys. She was so worried about her damn makeup. Oh, you're wearing my makeup. And I'm here like, you little, not saying anything. The little sister was interviewed. There's an episode on that of the she-devil, and she's talking about how everybody knew she beat him up. And that part irritates me, that everybody knew and nobody says anything. And you want to know why nobody says anything? Because we're stuck on this, oh, don't tell anybody how to parent. No, I get don't tell people how to parent. But when you see that it's mentally, physically, and emotionally messing up a kid, say something. And that's my thing now, guys. So if you're out there and you know me and you hang out on, please don't do it on purpose either. Because I know when people do things on purpose. It is not okay for kids to act like that. And you know where they learn it? At home. Gabriel Fernandez started off bad. His mom gave him away porque no lo quería. His dad was in jail when he was born, but his mom was being with some other guy. Porque another thing I don't understand, how these moms feel like they need to jump from one relationship to another because they have to have that cucumber next to them. So when she gave birth, she was with some other guy that they hid their identity. I would too, fool. I would too. And he's claiming that's why they named him Gabriel. And then she got with this other retarded man that killed her baby. You're also going to hear in there how the coroners took 2 days for his autopsy because they needed to get every single detail down. And it was so much detail that, it had to take 2 days, which is far from normal. They were feeding him cat litter, guys. He had cat litter leftovers in su pancita. Cat litter. Donde el gato va a cagar. They fed him that. They fed him that. How can you be a mother? I jokingly always say, my husband can't even yell at my kids without me getting pissed off. I look at me like, dude, what are you mad about? No, don't yell at them. And then he gets mad at me. Right? And then he'll throw in my face. And then your mom doesn't like it when I yell at you guys. And I'm like, no. Want to know why? Because, and you could tell this is true, guys. And as you guys know, my major is in psychology. Yo nomás no hablo por hablar. I'm not crazy, guys. I went to school for 5 years to study psychology. My major is in psychology with a minor in human development. That's what it is. Oh, Chelsea, then why aren't you working your field? Because I didn't know how. Well, now you guys know how demented it is. It's so demented. People are so offended. People no les pueden decir nada a nadie porque luego sacan las uñas, right? But he was given away to his uncles who happened to be gay. But you can tell that that's the only reason Gabriel still had that ounce of lovable in him. Porque the first 3 years of your children life is what they're going to be. So if by the time of 3 you have a he devil yourself, a mini little he devil, hold on tight because you have made this little person understand how to act like a he devil. Gabriel was very lovable. Even they interviewed a little girl that was his friend. It's not after the abuse happened that he started being really mad and lashed out at people, because that's what was happening to him. I don't understand how people think a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, even an 11-year-old is supposed to understand how you're supposed to act when you're doing the opposite of how you want them to act. You understand what I'm trying to say? You can't expect your kid to be perfect. Don't yell and don't be a he devil when you're doing the same thing. And that's all they see. Like, te ofendo, at this point, I don't care. After watching that documentary, guys, my heart still hurts. My eyes still cry. It was horrible. So the uncles raised him, y la mamá se lo llevó porque ocupaba más de esto. You know, you welfaras. You know how this shit works, right? You welfaras know que entre más hijos, más dinero, right? So she took him back for the money, guys. It was very, very horrible. They took him away from the uncles first, the grandparents, her parents, because they didn't want a gay couple raising him, even though they love him more than any of those mofos would. Whew. So then you guys will see the teacher. The teacher did call 3 times or 4. I mean, she called many times, many times. She too was giving answers I have been given many times. We don't investigate, call the hotline. I feel for this teacher. I'm going to tell you again to all the moms out there, if you are listening, if you are this mother, if you send your little kids smelling like shit, wearing ugly, nasty clothes from the hamper all the way at the bottom, you have issues. Oh, pero bien arregladas están ustedes, you have major issues, okay? We teachers see that. I have had students come con todavía la baba on the side. Really? And then I have parent conference meetings and I get to meet these parents. I'm like, what? Oh, hair did, nails did, las pestañotas. Oh yeah, but the kid's failing. He smells like crap, and you can't even take care of this one. Horrible. Just horrible. I'm going through my notes, guys, so I don't miss anything. So a lot of it is telling you guys about the social workers, how they got not convicted because they were dropped. They were going to take it to trial, but something happened, so it was dismissed or some crap like that, which in my eyes, they did not do their job. They were being huevonas, just like a lot of agencies out there. You know who you are, driving around in the government cars, taking those 2-hour, lunches at, the Cheesecake Factory, just crossing off the boxes to make it look like you did your job, but in reality, you're not. Those kind of people make me sick. If you entered this field of protecting kids, then your job, your meta in life should be protect these kids. If you can't handle the stress, because a lot of this time it's going to be those low life moms that you're going to encounter and think they're big and bad by, oh yeah, this and that, get out of the field. There should be more thorough protocol in interviews and stuff on hiring these people, because if it was me, yes, I would have convicted that girl. And they say her name on there, not gonna say it either, but I wonder if she's scared right now to know that everybody knows that she failed at her retarded job. Oh, I mean, not her retarded job, but she being retarded. So they start talking about that. They start talking about why it's not their fault, because of course they have to plead their case. And so long story short, in the end, they convict the he devil and they give him the death penalty. Praise be to God. Y la muy chingona of the she devil, the one was like all talking her crap in the video in jail, got scared like the little scary cat she is, and said, I do a plea bargain, right? Because she got scared of her ass, and so she's in there for life. I say, off with her head, or if anybody wants to start a GoFundMe account for somebody out there. I'm just saying, horrendous. And then the judge in the end tells them that he can't even compare them to animals, because even animals care about their little ones. And ain't that the truth? I'm very, very, I'm still shaking of the horror of the pictures, and to think that this is not happening in no third world country, guys. This is happening here, the US of A. And this is not just happening here in Southern California or in LA or whatever Palmdale is considered. It's happening all over the US of A. As soon as they finish convicting the mother what happens in Palmdale again. Another little boy gets killed by the mom and the boyfriend. So, ¿quién tuvo la culpa? Who failed Gabriel here? That's the ultimate question, guys. Who failed him? Well, I'm going to tell you who failed him, okay? If I offend you in the way of telling you guys who failed them, then maybe you guys should sit down with a psychologist and psychoanalyze every single aspect of your demented little life. If you sat through this whole documentary and did not shed a tear or did not feel some kind of way like I need to change because, oh my God, that's kind of, if it's me, then you too need to sit next to a psychologist and examine your life. Horrible, guys. Horrible, horrible, horrible documentary. So the first person that failed them are the parents. The parents, yes, duh. You know that. I'm not talking about the boyfriend. I'm talking about the retarded mother and the retarded father. Retarded. Let me tell you, the dad took the stand, right? And he's over there, oh, if I could tell him I'm sorry. And people were feeling sorry for him, the biological dad of Gabriel. And I'm like, no, why are you guys feeling sorry for him? He was in jail. Why was he in jail? For being a pendejo. Okay? Because there's a lot of parents out there who still think they need to party it up and do this madroso life and not give a... And, oh, I'm going to have, party night tonight. Come over to my house. Who cares? The kids are watching us get drunk. En la vida, what's up? You guys do know that the kids are watching, right? And you guys do know that could put you in peligro doing something stupid, right? And then what happens when you do something stupid and you're in peligro doing something stupid? What happens? Exactly. You go to jail. And what happens when you go to jail? Your stupid baby mama can't be a lone single mama for life. Needs to be jumping from one dick to another one. And then this happens. Because let me tell you something my mama told us. Ain't nobody gonna love your kids other than their daddy and their mommy. Please do not believe the bullshit. And I concur, guys. And I've seen it happen. Que otro hombre va a querer tus hijos igual que el papá. O que otra mujer va a querer tus hijos igual que la mamá. Si no me pueden ver. Really? What fantasy land do you live in? Look, I always tell my husband this. If me and you were to ever leave each other, baby, or divorce, or call it whatever you want to call it, please believe that I'm going to be the happiest single woman in the world. I will not jump into the relationship. I can stand here and say that firmly. If me and my husband divorce 10 years from now, come back to this video. You want to know why? Because I'm not trying to go through all that. Ain't nobody going to love my kids more. And like I said, I don't even let my husband, el padre de mis hijos, yell at my kids. Conti más otro way. And I know a lot of situations, guys. Oh my God, I could go back to when I was 20. Of all these women, I used to just, because I was single and no kids, and I'll be like, ¿Cómo que este güey le está gritando a tu hijo? Oh, hell no. I'd be damned. It just didn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. So right here, the parents failed. And they didn't fail him when he was born. They failed him when they decided to jump in bed without protection. If you guys know you guys are a bunch of lowlifes, why the hell are you guys making more babies? Just riddle me that. So it started way back when. Ya tenían dos. ¿Para qué tener otro if you guys were going to torture that? ¿Qué culpa tenía él? Kids, we all have decisions to make once we become pregnant, guys, when we don't plan them. And majority of times, let me say majority, we don't. Somos mexicanos, okay? Or Latinos, whatever you want to call it. So when we find out we're pregnant, we have a choice. Adoption, termination, or keep the baby. And because we're all parents here, we decided to do number 3, keep the baby, which means teníamos huevos enough to keep the baby. Now we're going to have huevos enough to try to be the best parents we can. They talk about verbal, physical, and mental abuse. Abuse is not just physical. Oh, es porque yo no les pego a mis hijos. Yo nunca. Oh, no, yo nunca. But do you yell at them? Are you sitting there calling them retardeds, mother flowers, pendejos, good to nothing, you're never going to amount to nothing? I mean, if you're constantly in that mood, you too need to go see a psychologist and ask them, why am I so mad at the world? Why am I so mad at the world? Because they're going to grow up to be remember what I told you guys, Gabriel, from the age of 1 to 3, was loved by the gay couple, right? So because he knew that little bit of love, he became a lovable kid. If you guys are mad and angry and you don't think they're going to wish back to you guys, that's the way you treat me, I'm going to treat you the same back. And then you will want to sit there and be like, you respect me. But do you respect them? Come on, guys. Then so they decided to have the kid, right? Welfare failed. Welfare failed Gabriel. Because all you girls who are on welfare and work the system know that the more kids you have, the more welfare money you get. And she knew that. She needed more money for her lavish lifestyle. If you guys see this documentary, you're going to see how disgusting this woman looks. Disgusting. Y más disgusting the he-devil también. So, welfare, I don't know si se hacen pendejos or they don't know that people work them. And people talk to other people to learn how to work the system. Let me give you a little bit of a story time. If you are watching my podcast and you're this person that, advised me then that, hey, I'm still here. So I was, my son was getting ready to go to preschool. And preschool, you need to qualify for free preschool. Well, obviously I was working for, where I am working, but working for the school district, you're not going to qualify. There's no way. And then, my husband's income. So then, and I can't lie because my stuff's online. They pay my bills. I can't go to my school district and be like, oh, I'm poor. No, you're not. So I think I posted something on Facebook and somebody hit me up and said, oh my God, well, I have the solution to that. And I'm like, okay, she's going to tell me there's another program where they do, cut the cost of preschool in half or something. And she said, if your husband's boss is cool, have him make a fake pay stub. Yeah, that's what my husband does. You think I can afford 4 kids in preschool or in daycare and all that? No. In order to qualify for stuff, welfare, my husband has him make a fake pay stub. And I'm like, you a little heifer. I can't believe you're sharing me. As blunt as I am about my opinions and my thoughts of welfare, you're going to tell me that's what you did? Yeah, you're a lowlife. So welfare, like I said, no sé si se hacen, but they know that some of these parents are having kids, not giving a F about them because entre más kids, más dinero for their lovely nails and their Jordans and, and their fake coach bag. But, it happens to us all the time. We go to Smart and Final a lot, guys. And, me and my husband were like, okay, do we really need that? No, pa la otra, right? Because, we have to manage your money. And there's always, it never fails. There's a person in front with a cart overflowing of all this food, which let me tell you, sometimes it's food for their undercover business. Yeah, making money off of other people's money. I see you guys. I know who you are. And they always bring out that card in their coach little wallet. And I'm like, oh my God. So after they pack everything up, where do they go? Of course, they need a big truck for all that food in their little Lincoln Navigators and stuff. And si no me pega diarrhea right there is because God is great. But the welfare too failed him. So then we go to the welfare. And then let's not go too far away from home. His maternal grandparents, they failed him. ¿Pa qué se lo quitan nomás because you're old school and don't want the gay guys to raise him? He was loved. Why did you guys take him? Why? It doesn't make sense. If he was there, fine where he's at, leave him there. But no, you two had to bring in your old school way of thinking and take that poor baby away to do what? For her to have a better chance to be with the child and get, better custody of him. Like, yeah, the maternal grandparents. And of course, the social workers. When you guys see this documentary, you're going to see that they failed him, and they failed him miserably. They didn't do their job. They were just collecting that government check and riding the government car. And like I said, I think there should be thorough investigations when they get hired on to an agency like that, because The last person, that Patricia, I forget what her name is. She looked old and evil. Just con la pura mirada, she looked old and evil. And then I guess she had a long disciplinary file on her. And I'm like, y así todavía la dejaban trabajar? Wow, no, it's good to know my tax money is going to nothing. It's a horrible documentary to watch, guys. I feel like it starts at home, guys. I have been preaching this way before the documentary. You guys know, on my Spotify or on anchor.com. If you're angry, your kids are going to grow up to be angry, and they're not going to be a good assets to society. They're going to fail miserably. They become socially awkward. And what do you do when nobody wants to be with you? You become to be like a bully, because you a huevo me vas a querer, right? Because they don't have love at home, so they want other people to love them, but they're so awkward, they don't want to be loved. And it starts at home, guys. Love your kids. If really, guys, really, I'm gonna recommend this documentary to all you parents out there who live and stay yelling, who think yelling is the only way to get through your kids. They get confused. Oh, pero yo lo quiero. No, they get confused. Un minuto you guys are yelling at them, another minute you guys are all lovey-dovey. That messes them up emotionally. You know, people make fun of me because the way I wake up my kids are with kisses and good morning sunshines. Good morning sunshines, time to get up. You know, before I drop them off from my mother, I love you guys. Oh, I love you too, Mom. Before they go to bed, I love you guys. I love you, Mom. My son's getting in the age where he doesn't want to repeat it, but I'm like, you little boy, better. And then he's like, okay, Mom, you know. I cannot imagine what Gabriel was going through his last minutes of life. Cuando le pegó el estúpido, baboso, inútil, knocked the wind out of him and continued to hit him. They had 2 bats, and they tested the blood on the bats, and they matched Gabriel's blood. So le estaban pegando con el bate. A bat that's intended to hit a ball. Don't watch this documentary if you're an angry person and then you want to go do some damage to somebody. I had to control myself, and I'm controlling myself right now here too, because I can't curse a lot because I'm on YouTube now. And just know that it's going to be a hard documentary, and know that your heart will hurt. I think I saw this documentary 2 days ago. By the time you guys watch this, it's probably going to be Wednesday or Thursday. And my heart hurts. My heart really, really hurts still. And I think it's going to hurt for a while, because it's not normal to get a belt and hit your kids with the metal part until they bleed. It's not normal to put out a cigarette in a kid's head. Yo estoy cocinando, me quemo, volteando la tortilla, and I swear, I'm going to lose it. Take me to the ER. This is the 3rd-degree burn. Imagínate having those stuff. Like, just try it. If you guys want to know what kind of pain Gabriel is, go get a cigarette and bam, put it out on your skin. No duran. You too will be running to the ER talking about save me. And he had nobody to do that. Nobody to say, save me. Nobody to cry to. They will gag him so he wouldn't work, put a sock in and then blindfold him para que no hiciera ruido. Feed him cat litter, lo que le encontraron en el estomaguito. I don't know, guys. It was really hard. It was really hard to see all that. And like I said, if it doesn't touch your heart, or it doesn't make you think twice about your life choices, then you need to really sit down with a psychologist, a clinical one, and start analyzing why you're such a mad person to your kids that like I said, we decided to have as women. As women, nos tiene que doler más, because we grew them, we decided to keep them, and we had them. And I don't know about you guys, but I had 2 C-sections. Whoo-wee. No, it just, if you really analyze, you guys do that. That's your homework for you guys. Analyze yourself. ¿Por qué mi hijo es como es? ¿Por qué mi hija es tan habladora? Oh, crap. I talk back to her the same way. Oh, crap. I do nothing but yell at her. All she sees is angry and gritos. No wonder they act like that. Analyze it and understand that maybe we need a change and break the cycle. I don't want to hear another story on the news again about somebody doing something to these kids. It's ridiculous. And they're always below the age of 10. Like, pick on somebody your own size. Really. Then I'll be like, damn, that guy was way bigger than him. Y se lo chingó. Right? But really? An 8-year-old? A 7-year-old? That's my opinion, guys. I know I tried to take notes and it was all over the place, but I really wanted this to be from the heart, guys. I know that I really did contain a lot of cursing here. I was watching it and my daughter told my son, I don't know what mom's watching, but have you ever heard her cuss so much? And Chico was like, no. And Malaya goes, well, I have. And so my husband like, what the hell are you watching? Because he was off at baseball practice. And I told him, he's like, oh, you're sick, right? I'm like, no, I need to see this. And if you guys don't believe in the devil and that evil exists, please do. But I also believe in God Almighty. You guys know I'm a woman of faith, even though I don't show it. And I prayed for him. I prayed for Gabriel and horrible. And for his brothers and sisters who had his little brother, or his older brother and his older sister that had to testify and tell them what they saw that day he died. Bola de pendejos padres, I swear. Can't even. The mom, oh, he's my boyfriend. Let me. Really? Really? I don't get it, guys. But the good thing about this is it's bringing to life all these caseworkers, all these social workers. Maybe there'll be a little bit more on what they do, how they do it, and when they do it. And there will be a silver lining to this, guys. So until then, this has been myself, Josie, with Josie Says, Pues, está cabrón. I will see you next video. Bye, guys.